Okay, today I'm gonna talk about the 432 Hertz frequency. I'm gonna try to be very simple. It's a little bit windy here outside, so I don't know about the quality of the sound. Okay, so let's go directly. If all the music in the world, the instruments were tuned to 432 Hertz, we will be living in a totally different reality. The music will be something that makes you spiritually evolve, discover stuffs inside of you, and we will not be in this situation where music gives you headache after some time listening, like 30 minutes, 1 hour. You get headache, you get fed up, and you have to drink vodka and drink stuffs and smoke cigarettes just to balance this harmony in you. So the 432 Hertz tuning, it is something very, very, very incredible, very real when you hear the music. But the music is very rarely played like this. Most of it, when you find it, 432 Hertz music is tuned with the computer software. The music is slowed, being played a little bit slower than the original one, to make it like it was played on instruments that are tuned on 432 Hertz. Even that, you can feel the crazy difference when it's well made, when it's only slowed down, at the exact proportion to the original, from the original 440, which is the industry standard, to 432. So you have to slow it exactly this proportion between 440 432. It has to be very precise software that make the music change the file into a slower file at the exact proportion, and you will see the difference. There is some of them around the internet. Some are well made and some not. Okay, let's jump to the deeper into this problematic. So people, when they talk about this frequency 432 Hertz, they will focus on this number 432. They will focus on the mathematical elegancy of this number. You know, it is if you divide 1 second on, you divide it into 432 bits. That's the original. That's a bit of this 432. Let's call it Michel. Let's call this unit, call it Michel, just to be easy. So it is the 1 second, and you divide it on 432, and we call it Michel, because we will see the reality through this little unit. Okay, the problematic, what is it? It is so big, nobody see it. Taking 1 second and divide it into 432, and by magic falling on the good frequency, like when you choose an elegant number, you stumble on a beautiful frequency that you can listen, that everything is beautiful and everything is good to listen. This is reality doesn't work like this. It's not the numbers that make a frequency good. You know, it's not magical thinking. This is magical thinking, to think that reality works like this, but it doesn't. So unfortunately, a lot of our brains has been stuck by the education stupidity, and by maybe some chemicals in our brain, so we don't think that much. So dividing a second into 432 Hertz, 432, this, and stumbling by magic on the frequency that is very, very good, like vibrating everything especially the water, everything enter in resonance with it. You can not do it by choosing a mathematically elegant number. So the elephant in the room, what is it? It's this frequency is the one that existed, and from that frequency they established the length of 1 second, not the way around. It's from this frequency, this vibration frequency, which I'm sure it is from the water, an acoustic resonance of the water. You make the water vibrate till this magical effect, like it really enter in resonance, and you say, oh yes, this is the good frequency. And then you take a bit of this cycle and you multiply it by 432, and you say this is a second. I established the second as being 432 of these cycles of vibrating the water acoustically, or another way, maybe it's also done in another way. What does it mean? It means that once you want to measure time, you always come back to the water, and you will find it. Just apply a frequency till you see the resonance effect, and you say I am in a good speed. Let's take a cycle of this, multiply it by 432, and I have my second. Okay, this is for me an elephant in the room. I didn't see it immediately. I saw it like some months ago, and I was still into numbers and craps. Now I'm not. Okay, so this frequency is before the second, and from it we built our second. And then guess what? 60 second multiply 60 minute multiply 12 equal 432 multiplied 100. So the construct based on elegant numbers continues to cut the day into units of time, and it's based on elegant numbers. Like when you cut a circle into 360 degrees, you choose an elegant number, which is 360. You see that there is some mathematical elegance in it. Sorry. So it all started like this. So let's took this little cycle we called Michel, I think. Yeah, we called it Michel. So what happens when I continued my logic? So we can extract a constant from the water to measure time. Like there is 1 kilo is 1 liter of water, like it's not only in this discovery I made. It's already in the weight and the volume. Mostly they use water. Okay, let's continue. I was thinking to myself, okay, if they bullshit at us about this story, let's see what the measuring of distance, for example. So I took this ancient, so-called ancient Egyptian cubit they call it, like it's around half a meter, something like that. And I tried to see how would it be if I let go of an object of this high and measure the time with this Michel unit, this a bit of a second, 430 small bit, the smallest bit. You cut the second in 432, and you let an object falling of some height like this Egyptian cubit, and see how it falls. If the numbers fall together, that would say that they also established a unit of measuring distances based on gravity. You just drop an object and it always falls that speed. If it's in vacuum, if it doesn't resist the air, it will always do this distance at this time, at this unit of time. So I found that letting go of an object of two Egyptian cubit stuff, just take 200 of this Michel stuff, 200, something like that. I'm not having the numbers in front of me, so it was a long time ago and I was interested into this. So from here you can, from the water you get the timing, the vibration of the water, you get a time unit measuring time, and from the gravity you can get a distance measuring of time, and it will be always everywhere the same, because you say, oh, let's drop an object from this height and it has to take 200 of this Michel unit, and you will have your unit of measure. Just okay. You understand the point. So for me, they use this so-called gravity for the distance, and the water for the time. Okay, let's continue. What I have to say also. And by all the stuffs, this meter, how they have this meter, 1 meter. Okay, 1 meter, you multiply it by p, and you divide these circles that you have into six parts. One of them is the Egyptian cubit. So from this Egyptian cubit you can have the meter. So it's all related mathematically. So when I want to check how they established the meter, just to remember what bullshit I was bullshitted in before I see that. The story is that two guys in the 16th century measured the Earth, the fucking Earth, like the size of the Earth, like with some mathematical triangulation or something, and they divided this, and from this shape of the Earth, like they established the meter by dividing it by 440,000 staffs or something like. It is that crazy, the story that they tell us, It is that crazy, and it was. I saw it in some education show for the children, very known education show for the children. So they bullshit children about how they established this meter stuff. Shame on you, pieces of crap, if it's your hobby to lie to children, to bullshit children, who come to knowledge with the innocence. And the science is everything is full of lie, and this is really very, very. You have to be very crappy, to be a liar. I don't know why they are too much into the lie. Maybe most of it because everything is fake. This Egyptian crap, all this story was crap. It's just too big to be true. It's just too smelly. Okay, you get the point. So the meter is related to the royal cubit. Royal cubit is related to the falling object, which you measure the time by a unit extracted from water, which we call it Michel, which is one cycle of this vibration when you make acoustically or another way resonating the water. Maybe it's a deeper even resonating, and it's a multiply of it. Okay, you get the point. Let's not stay here for forever. Yeah. So with this unit Michel, our heart as human beings will beat like once every 360 of this little unit Michel, I call it, just for the remembering. Okay, 360. Our eyes, which catches 24 images per second, will catch one image every 18. Catch one image every 18 of this Michel unit. So you see the picture. We are more or less like everything is vibrating, is moving in some harmony. Even the speed of wind. I think I tried to see the speed of wind. It will do 1.5 more or less the speed of sound. I was saying the speed of sound more or less because it depends in what environment the sound is moving. But I found like 1.5 royal cubit, Egyptian royal cubit every 1 Michel, like the speed of the sound, for example. So when I started to see a little bit reality through this 432 hertz and taking just a cycle of it, which we called it for this video Michel. So you get the point. There is a lot of lies, a lot of engineering, mostly because I think who would lie that much, if it was not about building fake past, fake Egyptian shitty pyramids and stuffs, and it seems more and more ridiculous, these drawings in the walls of pyramids and all this crap, this false reality, Okay, the subject is very deep. Let's not go into history scams and stuff. And the 15 minutes is very close. Thank you very much. A little bit windy. I'm not sure about the quality of the sound and about the numbers I have just said. See you next time.